This week's show, we covered the girls' basketball senior night game versus Loudonville Christian and the boys' basketball games versus Argyle and Greenwich. All that and more on This Week in SCC Sports.
I'm gonna fight 'em all. A seven-nation army couldn't hold me back. They're gonna rip it all.
Welcome to This Week in SCC Sports. I'm your host, the voice of the Saints, Brandon Karen, SCC class of 2020. This week we start with girls basketball. On Tuesday, the JV girls faced off against Argyle at the Broadway gym. The girls were dominant the whole way, picking up the victory 39-25. Faith McKenna scored 20 points in the win. The varsity had its annual senior night. Seniors Ani Crocker and Cassidy Hayner were honored. It was a slow start for the Lady Saints, falling behind 15-9 at the half, but they worked their way back into the game, taking a 2-point lead into the fourth quarter. However, they couldn't hold on, losing 30-28. Ani Crocker scored 17 in the loss. On Wednesday, the JV and varsity basketball teams took on Argyle. The JV looked dominant, scoring 75 points in the contest, winning 75-54. Reagan Burmaster and Ryan McCarroll each had 16 points, and Jordan Catone and Hayden Day each added 10. Here's Hayden Day.
Well, at first I thought we kind of missed a couple layups, but we moved the ball well, got our shots, and I think we had a good game.
The varsity were looking to avenge an early season loss to Argyle. They came out strong, scoring 20 first quarter points. Heading into halftime, the score was 32-25. Sean Engler had a fantastic night with 21 points, and Terrell Tillman added 14 in the 66-54 win. Here's Ben Scammell and Coach Mantia.
Feels really good, actually. The game, I felt went really well. Coach Spears held me in the halftime, fixed my shot. Everyone else did their part. Good.
It was a great team effort against Argyle. You have to find their shooters, play very solid team defense. I thought offensively we moved the ball well. Our big guys established inside. Sean Englert had a big first quarter. And, really we're playing good, solid team ball, and we're going to have to continue to do it heading into the Greenwich game.
Friday, the modified, JV, and varsity teams all took on Greenwich. In another great effort by the modified team, the boys remain undefeated after a 45-38 win over previously undefeated Greenwich. Robbie Boland scored 19 in the win. Here's Coach Simpson.
It feels good. I got to give a lot of credit to Greenwich. It's a very tough team. They got a couple players that are really tough. They had us down 9 at the half, and I told the kids at halftime, you played a hell of a first half, but the shots aren't going. And just keep doing what we do. The shots are going to fall, and we'll be fine. In the second half, we held them to 14 points. And we ended up winning by 7. So that's quite a big turnaround. And kudos to my 5 guys that played. They truly are unbelievable. We got about, I think, 4 games left. We're 9-0 right now. The goal was to go undefeated. We're looking good. And I just want to say kudos to the kid. That's very impressive.
The JV were in a back-and-forth game with Greenwich all night. The Saints were down by 2 at halftime, but played great in the second half to win 69-55. Reagan Burmaster had a phenomenal performance with 29 points in the win. The varsity's defense was a big factor to their success after only allowing 11 first-half points. Heading into the fourth quarter, the score was 42-27, and the Saints held on to win 54-37. Sean Engler led the Saints with 15 points and 16 rebounds, and Terrell Tillman added 9 points. Here's Sam Harridan and Coach Mantia.
Great win against a tough Greenwich. Everybody played well, moving the ball. Came out 1-3-1. They weren't ready for it and had 11 points at halftime, so it worked pretty well.
I thought we came out well defensively. We mixed it up, went to a 1-3-1 zone, and I think were a little surprised by that. And guys stepped up to the change of defense. And the bench, again, is giving us a great lift. Guys coming in, making great passes. Everyone's enthusiastic. And I thought Terrell was just dominant. Terrell, Sean Engler, everybody played hard. But we're playing well. We just got to keep it going, and we do it on the defensive end.
Also on Friday, the varsity girls' abysmal season continues, losing 69-23. Lauren Mayer led the Saints with 7 points. After the break, our talk with the girls' basketball seniors. But first, here's what's on tap for this week.
Too many teardrops for one heart to be crying. Too many teardrops
Welcome back to This Week in SCC Sports. This week's guests are two girls senior basketball players, Cassidy Hayner and Ani Crocker. Overall, how was your guys' experience with the girls basketball team?
It's been pretty good so far. I've been really enjoying it, and I mean, this was my first season playing, of course, so I've kind of been a little rocky, but it's been getting good. So yeah, I've enjoyed it.
And Ani?
I love it. I love my team. I love just playing basketball. This team's just been so fun to play with. Yeah.
Both of you, thank you. We will see you next week on YouTube, so stay tuned. Coach, it was another great win today. You stay undefeated. How do you think it went?
Well, Brandon, before we get started, we're going to switch the roles today. You've been interviewing me for 2 years, so I'm going to interview you real quick. So, Brandon, you watched this team play a couple times this year. We are currently at, this brings us to 8-0. What are your thoughts on this 8th grade team?
Well, you know, this 8th grade team, Coach, they're fast. This defense that you got them running, it suits them. They've been getting a bunch of steals, and they're just so good in the transition game that it's going to be hard to stop them.
Good. Well, you heard it here first with Brandon Karam, the voice of the Saints and the 8th grade basketball team. Thank you for watching this week.